Hello everyone, welcome back. This is Dave again. I decided to go off on a little bit of a tangent here in my tutorial video series and talk about how to make images that include an element of transparency, which is really necessary for our QuickTime event images and stuff like that. I've seen a lot of misinformation out there on the web. It took me a long time to figure out how to do it just because I couldn't figure out what was out there on the web, and some of it's right, some of it's wrong, some of it's more complicated than it needs to be. So this is a quick tutorial on how to create an image in Gimp and export it so that it has transparency in UDK. Alright, so I'm just going to make a new image. And of course you can make this any size that you need to. For import into UDK, I highly recommend powers of 2. I'm just going to make it 64 by 64. In order to view things nice and big here, I'm going to go to View. Well, first I'm going to make a much bigger window. And then I'm going to go to View, Zoom, and I'm going to fit imaged in window so that it's nice and big. I'm going to go to a smaller brush because obviously this brush is way too big for what I'm trying to do here. I'm just going to go with a 3-pixel brush, and I'm just going to go to my pencil and I'm going to draw some stuff. Let's first go ahead and change this color just because I don't like it. So I'm going to draw some red stuff here, and maybe I'll draw a little smiley face or something. There we go. Now, obviously the point of this is not to make good art, so there we go. There's my image. Alright, so the next thing I need to do is I need to actually add a transparency layer because it doesn't come with one by default. To do that is very simple. You just go to Layer, Transparency, and Add Alpha Channel. There we go. Now I've got an alpha channel. Very simple stuff. Now the next thing I need to do is I need to delete the white part. The easiest way to do that is to go up here to your fuzzy select tool and just click on the white part, and it'll select everything that's within borders there. Now if you have something that goes all the way from the top to the bottom of the image or something like that, then you're going to have to do multiple selections. It's not that hard. Once you've got it selected, just hit delete and you will actually see the alpha channel behind it there. That's all that you have to do in order to get the alpha showing up and the background disappearing. Alright, my next step is I'm going to go to File and Export. I need to export this as an image that can be used in UDK. I like to use PNG. There are several others that are supported as well. And I'm just going to name this smiley.png. If you're going to use PNG, make sure that you turn off the Save Background Color, or else the white will show back up and there's not much you can do about it. So click Export. And that's all there is to it as far as the GIMP is concerned. So I don't even need to save it because I exported it. Well, let's quit. Thank you. Okay, so that's all done. Now I'm going to open up UDK. And I know I'm talking pretty fast here. I want to fit this all into one video. Only 3 minutes in, so I actually have some time. Alright, so I'm going to open my content browser. Very simple. Alright, so let's just do import. I need to go to the directory where I saved that. I happen to save it in my documents directory. You can save it anywhere you need. It's not like Unreal is going to look for it in a specific location or something like that. So let's go to Smiley, which is what I just made. And this dialog is not to be ignored. This is where you need to put stuff in order to make stuff actually work. First thing you want to do is give it your package and your grouping. It doesn't really matter here. I'm just going to name this QTE Game Assets. That's a package that I've already created, and I'm going to keep using it. And I'm going to name this Smiley. That's fine. Okay, now for my application, I need my primary image, the non-alpha part. I need that to show up in the emissive. In a lot of cases, you actually want it to show up in the diffuse. Okay, so if you do all these steps and then you realize that you didn't get what you wanted, go back and reconnect to the diffuse instead of to the emissive. You do want to connect the alpha to the opacity. That's what's actually going to turn off the background color. For blending, I like to use blend translucent, although I'm honestly not sure that that makes any difference or not. If you're just looking for a quick and easy way, though, go ahead and do that because it will work. Create material is a shortcut so that when I import this texture, it will automatically turn it into a material with the settings that I indicated here, like alpha to opacity. And the only other setting that you need to change is the RGB. That's everything but the alpha, the red, green, and blue. For most applications, you want to connect it to the diffuse. In my particular application, because I'm doing 2D images to the screen, I want to do RGB to emissive. Okay, so once you've got those settings, and once again, that's alpha to opacity, blend translucent, create material, and RGB to emissive, or probably in your case, RGB to diffuse. Just click OK. Now, in this particular instance, I haven't fully loaded my package, and it's warning me about that. I am going to go ahead and fully load my package. If you get the same prompt, go ahead and do that as well. You can see here's my smiley face texture. Now, I think this is actually a bug in the UDK content browser importing tool. This shows up as just this default material, even though I've got everything set up exactly how it needs to be. If I make any modification whatsoever, like in this case, I'm just going to drag this over here. I didn't change a single setting. I'm just changing the location of that texture sample. When I close it, it'll ask me if I want to save it, and after it's saved, it will show up correctly in the content browser. And I can now drag this thing to wherever I need it to be. So in this case, I'm going to drag it to my little default starting cube here. And you can see I've actually got I've got the alpha channel working now. I can see through my cube, but the smiley face still shows up. That's how you're going to go about making all of your images. That's how I made all of my my arrow images that you saw in my other tutorials. If you watch those, my up, down, left, right, both in red and in gold. Also the question mark that I'm going to be using in an upcoming tutorial on flashing. But there you go. It's really that easy. And that's pretty much all the settings that you need. So if you see things that are a lot more complicated on YouTube and stuff like that, well, they're just making it more complicated than it needs to be. And that's how you do it. Thank you for watching. Bye.